First at 6, continuing coverage tonight of a story we've been following for nearly a year.
The first of 5 men facing federal charges in the alleged plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer has been sentenced in Grand Rapids Federal Court. Our Michael Martin is live outside of the courthouse where the hearing wrapped up just a short time ago. He joins us with more. Michael.
Aaron, Janice, good evening. This is a monumental moment, at least for the government, the prosecution side of things, as so far Ty Garbin is the only one of the 5 men facing federal charges in this alleged plot to kidnap and potentially kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who has flipped, who has agreed to cooperate with the government and testify on their behalf. Now, just a few short minutes ago, back inside the Grand Rapids Federal Courthouse, Ty Garbin sentenced to 6 years and 2 months on a felony conspiracy charge. Now, under standard sentencing guidelines, Garbin was looking at around 14 to 17 and a half years in prison, but because he did take a plea deal, prosecutors then asked the judge to consider a much shorter sentence, something closer to 9 years. But Garbin's attorneys coming into court today asking for a sentence even lower, and, well, the judge agreed. Prosecutors said in a recent court filing and again in court today that Garbin has admitted to them that this whole alleged conspiracy to kidnap the governor was, quote, real, not just big talk between crackpots, saying he's filled in the gaps that they have in critical moments where the government didn't have an undercover informant present. Now, Garbin's attorney reiterating in court that he does not excuse or justify his client's actions in the case, saying that he expects him to testify as a star witness at the upcoming trials of his co-defendants. And Garbin himself did briefly speak in court, saying in part, "First, I would like to apologize to Governor Whitmer and her family. I never realized what my actions would do to her and also her family members. I can't imagine all the stress that I caused. To my family and friends, I never took into account the way my actions would impact their emotions. I was truly selfish, and I want to continue with Parents for Peace, a group that de-radicalizes folks, not just to de-radicalize myself, but to help others." And he repeated, "I am truly sorry." Now, the judge, interestingly enough, also referenced a victim impact statement submitted by Governor Whitmer. We didn't hear all of it, but we did hear pieces of it read in court. She said, in part, "I don't dwell on it. Our political system requires participation and compromise. Violence has no place and threatens our democracy." Now, when we talk about the other 4 men still facing federal charges, they have claimed in filings that the government was the true architect of the plans, laying the basis to present an entrapment defense when they eventually go to trial. Now, their lawyers continue to push for more audio and video evidence collected by these confidential informants to be released. So far, the government has said no. They're resisting that request, and we did catch up with Ty Garbin's attorney as they walked out of the federal courthouse this afternoon, clearly happy at the outcome. Let's hear what they had to say.
Ty absolutely came to us and said, "This is what I'm going to do." And we said, "Well, we haven't even gotten discovered. We haven't even told you whether we can win or not." "I don't care. I know what I did, and what I did was wrong."
Ty accepted responsibility for what he did, as Mark said, but he also tried to make amends for what he did by cooperating and then, being smart enough to know that, all right, I need to do more to better myself after this by de-radicalizing and then helping others.
Yeah, and so those other 4 men and whose trials that Ty Garbin is expected to be a star witness at, we heard that from both the prosecution and the defense using that term star witness. So they expect to rely on him heavily. Their trials at this point set to begin in October. We will have full coverage once those begin. And of course, there could be delays, but we will keep you up to speed as everything progresses. For now, though, live in downtown Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.